So strange. Okay, let me pin this. Okay. Hi. Hey, I'm so excited to be on here with y'all today. Okay, for those who are here, I'm just gonna like hop off really quickly, but this is still gonna be running. Just gotta go grab something really quickly. But I'm so excited for everyone who is here. We're gonna have so much fun today. Make sure you have your water. Hi. Make sure you have your water and everything like that. We're gonna need it. It's such a good topic today, okay? All right, I'll be right back. Yes, I'll be right back. 1 second. Okay. All right. All right. Yay, I'm so excited. Okay, I'm back, y'all. I'm back. Hey, what's going on? How are y'all doing? Let me know. Yes, Grand Rising. Yes. Yes, please DM me. DM me, or you can use the email in my bio link, and you can shoot me an email. Anything about the podcast, you can do that as well. Okay. What's going on? How are you, wolves? Let me know in the chat below. Like, how are you feeling? How are you doing? I'm like so excited. Let me say hi to everyone. Okay, I'm like so freaking excited to be back here with you guys. My heart is like, yes. We're gonna do this. It's gonna be so much fun. Oh, okay. I'm hype. Yes. Please DM me. Hi, big sis. I love you. Hey. All right, I'm gonna give it 1 more minute before we jump in. Again, if you are new to this practice and these lives, grab some water. It's super important. I have some lime and oranges in my water right now. You want to have water with you. You definitely have like your notebook or a pen by your side, because as we are moving through the stagnant energy, trust and believe that things are going to come up for you that you're going to want to explore a little later after the class. So it's good to have a pen and paper. All right. Hi, Charlie. Okay. This is just going to be such a good time. You guys have no idea how long I've been like looking forward to this. Bringing back these EFT classes is just such a freaking vibe. So if you do not know me, my name is Lotus Aloba. I am a mystic practitioner, and my whole purpose here is help my wolves eradicate generational trauma and usher in a new legacy of limitless self-love. And that's so important for me, to be able to provide safe spaces and healing modalities that will get you to build up your endurance, to get you to move through these healing and growing expansions in our lives that can feel a bit overwhelming. And one of the best ways to do that is through EFT, which is emotional freedom tapping technique. And literally what we're doing is utilizing acupressure puncture points and our meridians, which are pathways, energetic pathways in our bodies. Like all of us, we all have an electromagnetic field. Our energy flows within, through, and around us and into other people as well. So when we're better able to manage our energy, we can really show up in the world and be our best selves, okay? So I offer these classes free every Thursday for the first 3 Thursdays in a month, because you guys know I take a week off every month to just come back to self. And we explore really deep topics. So I'm really excited to have you guys here today. Okay? All right. So today we're talking about tapping into being our ideal self. And I think this is such a great topic. Actually, before I do that, let me send this to a few people who may be interested in joining on and do not know that it's happening. Let me do that real quickly. Okay. All right, I think that we're good. Okay, cool. We did it. We sent out some things. Okay, whew. I want you guys to take a moment with me just to breathe. I don't know if you guys can feel my excitement through the screen, but we're going to take a moment to kind of come back to ourselves really quickly. And just really allow that deep inhale to let the energy rise up through the top half of the body. And then when you exhale, allow the energy to move down through the bottom half of the body, out through the soles of the feet. Okay, cool, great. Let me know how you're feeling. Send me some hearts. Let me know how you're doing, how you're feeling. If you're just as excited as I am to tap it out, I want to know. If anything has come up for you. Have you tried tapping before? I want to know all the tea. Let me know all the things, okay? I'm really excited. Okay. So while you guys are informing me and letting me know what's going on, because there's a delay, I'm going to talk about today's topic in embracing our ideal self, right? Because that seems to be like this big thing. I don't know if you guys have been aware of the Tic Tac challenge, where it's like becoming that girl, and like that girl wakes up at 5 a.m. and she drinks matcha. And she's really into her wellness, and she journals 1,000 pages every morning, and it's super dramatic in that sense, right? But at the same time, there is some truth to that in becoming your ideal self. But I want to dive in deeper on what that means for each and every one of us, right? Because there's this general consensus that you have to do X, Y. You have to be a part of the 5 a.m. club. You have to, drink some type of caffeine drink in the morning. You have to make up your bed and pray and do all these things. And like though those things do help, like doing those things in your life will bring you some type of benefit. It's not a requirement in becoming your ideal self. And the only way that you can know who your ideal self is by knowing who your authentic self is. You know what I mean? So let's see these comments really quickly. Yes, you're doing great. I love to hear it. I'm loving these emojis. Yes, so excited to be here. I'm feeling expansive and invited to fun. This is going to be a fun class, okay? I am a firm believer that we do not need to always have dark nights of the soul in order to heal, in order to expand, in order to grow. I think it can be a fun and a joyful process, even when you are moving some heavy shit in your body and in your life. I think it's important for us to remember that. Like, it doesn't always have to be so serious. Healing can be fun. It can be enjoyable. It can be an adventure. There can be mystery. It can be a vibe, okay? Yes, thank you for being here with me and sharing in this energy. It feels so good. So as we were talking about that ideal self, how many of you guys have ever felt pressured into doing that and feeling like, okay, in order for me to be my best self, I need to be XYZ. And if I'm not XYZ, then I'm not my best self. And then if I'm not my best self, am I my worst self? Like, how does that show up for you? Because I know for me, for a long time, I thought being my ideal self really meant being people's expectations of me, right? And behaving in a way where society would deem it appropriate. And I would be rewarded with like outwardly things, like maybe it's awards or I don't know, like shout outs or, whatever the case is. But as I've grown to understand myself more, I realize that me being my ideal self has nothing to do with absolutely anybody at all. it really comes back to me focusing on being self first and being unapologetic in that behavior. But it's really hard for you to be self first if you do not honor yourself, if you do not deem yourself worthy or valuable enough to even recognize and respect. And that's what I want to talk about right now, right? So I want to touch on this spiritual outlook I learned in yoga, my yoga teacher training with Black Prana magazine. Shout out Black Prana magazine. Love them. And it's this book called The Yamas and the Yamas, right? And they're like 10 spiritual, I guess, truths or insights that we can look towards and better understand how we can show up in the world as practitioners, right? And the one that I'm going to talk about today is about non-stealing, and it's called Astaya, and it's the understanding that you do not have to desire something so much to the point where you're willing to steal. Hey, Sky, right? And I want to touch on this because I don't know if you guys have been noticing in like the small business community, but there's been a lot of funny business going on. There's been a lot of people being inspired but taking people's creative intellectual property and just not being authentic and not being honest simply because they desire what that person has so much. They're willing to deny themselves of their integrity and their morality to receive that thing. That's also stealing. That's literally stealing someone's essence, right? Someone's je ne sais quoi. And that's super unhealthy because what that really says is that you desire that so much to the point where you don't even believe you're capable of having it, that you're willing to go and take it from someone else to have it be a part of your life. And if you're already believing that about yourself, how can you possibly embrace your ideal self? Because your ideal self is not someone who steals. It's someone who knows that like everything that I need, everything that I could possibly desire is already within me, is already within my frequency, my energy field. And all I have to do is enjoy my life to receive it. But unfortunately, wolves, there's a lot of people out here in these internet streets not getting that message. So I thought today would be a really great time to tap on that because being jealous, being envious, wanting more for yourself, these are all human desires, right? These are all human quirks. There's nothing terrible about that. But you don't have to be jealous of somebody else. You don't have to be envious of somebody else. You don't have to take someone's idea that they received from source and try to claim it as your own. You don't have to do any of that to be prosperous and abundant in this life because, again, you already are. What I really want to help my wolves understand as we move forward in these EFT classes is that you already are. You already are successful. You already are genius and brilliant. You are already giving to the world immensely. You already are. And when we can start to embody that understanding, life starts to feel very different for us. We begin to move softer and to feel deeper and to be more vulnerable because we are unafraid to be. Most people are not vulnerable because they're afraid to be like, picked at or made fun of. But when you start to really understand that you already are, like we in this moment are our ideal selves. It doesn't get any better than this right now. There are no changes or quirks you can make to your physical body right now that would make you any better than you are right now. You right now are divine perfection. And if we can really embody that and understand that, imagine how much healing we can provide as we are healing and understanding that we are healed. We can provide that for our communities, right? And that's so important. So let me know if any of that resonates with you. Go ahead and drop some comments in there. Show some hearts if what I'm saying makes sense to you. If it doesn't make sense to you, let me know in the comments as well, because I would love to dive in deep on that to give a better understanding. It's so important that we open up our mindset before tapping. So as we're tapping and we're understanding what we're feeling, we can be like, okay. Right? And again, you might be feeling something that's happening from your lifetime. You could be feeling something from a past lifetime, from an ancestral point of view. So we want to just keep our mindset open to that, right? And understanding that. So what I want for us to do is to release the urge to envy one another, right? To the point that we abandon and we forget that all the beauty we could ever desire, we already possess. Already in this moment. And the only reason why we don't see it is because we're so focused on everybody else. right? We're comparing, we're judging, we're doing all these things, and it's just like, but what if we just and we came back to ourselves and got to just enjoy us, and feel that divine truth instead of focusing on all the illusions. Yes, all the beauty we desire, we already possess. It is already within you. It doesn't get any better. And you are uniquely designed to give a specific version of beauty to the world that no one else can ever do, which is so important to remember, because if you know that in your heart, that no one else can give what you can give, you tend to not worry about other people and what they're giving, right? It's like, oh, do you? I love that for you, because I know I'm able to give this. I'm able to experience this. And you can enjoy someone else's work, someone else's divinity, without feeling the need to take it for yourself. And you start to realize that it's not a need to take for yourself, but I am able to witness me within you and what you're doing. And that's why it feels good. Not because I need to steal it from you, but simply because we're of like the same soul family. And that's beautiful, right? Hi. Yes, I'm checking these messages. Yes, I teach high school students, and I have her with me now listening. Yes. Oh, I'm so happy. Hey, young wolves, what's up? Yes, it's so important. So this is, like I said, it's an unfortunate major theme that's happening in many communities. And I simply believe if we begin to ask ourselves if we need to copy someone else, where does that need come from? Where does it stem from, that need to steal? And again, it's not, I know when we say steal, it feels like so intense. Like, I'm not stealing, I'm just inspired. Or I'm not stealing, it just happened to be the same thing. It's like, okay, let's take accountability and responsibility for our actions, right? It may happen. And we may not even be consciously aware of the fact that we're stealing from someone else until it's brought to our attention. And in that moment, instead of getting defensive and saying, no, but I'm a good person, no one's saying that you're not. Right? What we're saying is, this is what we're witnessing as a collective. And you don't have to do that. You don't have to steal, because we actually want to see what you are here to bring. Because we actually need that shit. We don't need a secondhand version of what you just received from somebody else. We need you and your genius, right? Yes, I love to see people win. Yes, it's enough for us out. There's more than enough. There's absolutely more than enough. Especially in the wellness community, y'all. Like, as a practitioner, it breaks my heart to see other practitioners steal and take and violate and disrespect each other over things that are in abundance. It just doesn't make any sense to me, you know? Like, I can't fully comprehend it myself. But hopefully this tapping session will help us remove that energy from any of our energetic fields. You know what I mean? Yes, we need your magic. We need your spice. Exactly, Charlie. We need that from you. No one else can give that. But if I'm trying to give you Charlie's magic from Lotus, I don't know how it's going to benefit you, because it's not authentic. Because I'm literally just taking from someone and regurgitating it and saying, here, accept this. And then the sad thing is that some people, because they are still learning how to operate in their divinity, they're still learning how to trust their intuition, they'll actually see that shit and think it's authentic and resonate with it and empower it and expand this false reality that you've created. And then you're actually not helping anybody. You're just making it worse. Like, when we really think about that, it's like, holy shit. And I just could have been myself this whole time. Wow. So, what does it mean to be our ideal selves, right? So I wrote down some bullet points to help us understand that. Because again, as we are unlearning, it's really important that, hey, boo, it's really important that we get a better understanding of what ideal self is. Because we have so many people's opinions filtering in and coming through and telling us this is what it is to be ideal. When in fact, it 9 times out of 10 has nothing to do with that. So I want to give you my interpretation, and y'all let me know if it resonates with you, and let me know if there's anything I should add to that as well, because this is a dialogue. This is a community. Yes, so Sky said, and building communities off of stolen ideas and inauthenticity. Yes, 100%, Charlie. And then we wonder why sometimes things are chaotic in our lives. Yes, we are operating in energy that is not aligned. Yes, it's challenging to sustain that. 100%. Especially when we go back to that understanding of like, if I take something from someone and try to build from that, first off, how harmful is that shit? Because that means I have to now live up to someone else's design. That's completely unsustainable. I will eventually falter. It'll get ugly because I'm not designed to do that. I'm not designed to run that way. I'm not designed to grow that way. And then now I've attracted all these people into my community, and they're like, oh, I'm expecting this from you, da da da. And then I start to build resentment towards my community. And then it becomes this vicious, never-ending cycle simply because you allow this desire, this want to taint this inspiration you received and take it as yourself. And now it's affecting so many people, you know? Yes. So, what is it to be our ideal self? One bullet is to move in alignment with your core beliefs. That is a great way of becoming and embracing your ideal self. Is to, one, have core beliefs, and to, secondly, be able to operate from them, even when it's easier not to. So if a core belief for you is to have integrity, you're going to have to move with integrity all the time. And you're going to, and once you decide it's a core belief, the way that the universe, source, divine, whoever you call on to, likes to help us embody it is by giving us spaces to practice. So you'll be put in a lot of situations where your integrity is being tested, where your integrity, if removed, could give you some type of worldly physical success that you deeply desire. But the test is, are you willing to give up that core belief, something that literally operates who you are? Because once you compromise that, you compromise self, you compromise your energy, you compromise your gifts, you compromise every extension of you when you decide to move out of alignment from a core belief. And that's no good to anybody, right? It is a definite false narrative for sure. Next thing is to operate from a frequency of love. Because if we are operating from the understanding of love, not romantic love, not societal love, not like the Romeo and Juliet kind of love, that was not love, let's be honest. I'm talking about actually moving from a space of love, of agape, of deep resonance for one another. If you're moving from that frequency of love, you won't even have the idea or the instinct to want to take from someone else and make it your own. But what you will experience is tapping into that collective consciousness and being able to expand that idea with someone. And that is possible. It is possible for you to receive inspiration and allow that to build. But we are so far removed from that understanding that we probably wouldn't be able to witness it if it was happening. Because unfortunately, we are so accustomed to people taking things that weren't given to them and saying, "Ooh, mine, not yours." When in fact, it could be, wow, I had this experience and it's moving me so much. What is it creating with me? How can I show appreciation and gratitude by expanding this? And maybe it's as simple as sharing whatever it is that you found. And like, yo, this shit was fucking inspiring. Check this out. That could be it. That could be your way of expanding and showing deep appreciation and operating out of love. It could be reaching out to that person and collaborating on something together and saying, wow, this moved me. Let's do this. Do you want to do this with me? Is it okay if I expand on this idea and concept? We have to get used to this this type of communication. Asking for consent of intellectual property and being okay if somebody says no and being at peace. with that as well, because someone could say like, I love that for you, but like, no, you know, that's maybe not the vision I had for what it is that I want to bring into the world. And being at peace with that. And then trusting that if it's something so deeply needed in the world and that source really wants you to help expand or bring to life, that there will be a healthy way, a beautiful, creative solution that will allow you to do that without violating that person that you received the inspiration from. It's possible. I do it all the time with my girlfriends. We expand each other's ideas. It's as easy as breathing at this point. It is completely possible and doable. Okay, next one is to be comfortable with your immense power. Be comfortable with your power. Again, a lot of times we want something that someone else has because we feel like we don't have it. That is literally saying, I am not powerful. You're not realizing how expansive you are. Because if you did, you wouldn't have the desire to take from someone else. You would know that you are your ideal self. And that would be more than enough for you in this experience. Be comfortable. And something that Tori and I spoke about in the comments of the EFT tap-in on Tuesday was this understanding of like, yeah, once you can actually admit that you are powerful, and not just saying it like an acute affirmation, but actually feeling it, like feeling the power ooze from your fingertips, like actually feeling this immense connection to source, God, whoever you call on to. When you get to that space, you're then able to learn how to manage it so it doesn't overrun you, because power is power regardless. It's neutral, just like money, right? It's whatever intention you put into it that'll make it good or bad. But when you begin to learn how to manage your power and be comfortable with it and have the discernment to know when you actually need to empower something or when you just need to focus that power on yourself, shit changes for you in the best of ways. The next thing is to flow through life, embracing the ebbs and the flows it offers. A lot of times we're always looking to get into flow, and that's beautiful. And we think that that's our ideal self because we always feel great when we're in flow. Love that for us. But it's also about embracing the ebbs, the choppiness in life, the contrast, because that too is guiding us on our journey. You can't be good with one half of the situation. You're not getting the full experience, which means that you can't be authentic, which means that you'll start to think that you're missing things and you'll start to look for it elsewhere in life, right? And we don't want that for ourselves. Yes, when someone says no, that shouldn't be a sign to be aggressive and go out there stealing people's work. 100%. For all you know, that no was angel source working in your favor and saying, actually, you could do more with this. Or actually, that's not how we designed you to interpret this message, by taking it and regurgitating it, by taking it and slapping your name on it. You know, taking it and adding your font and your color scheme. Like, no, we're so much more than these very small things that we tend to focus on and create a lot of damage in our communities over. It really just doesn't make any sense. The last thing is to know that everything is working in your highest favor, not just in your favor, but in your highest favor. And everyone you encounter reveals another piece of your truth. Everyone, from those who you enjoy to those you don't really care for, they all are giving you and revealing another piece of you. There's this beautiful quote, and I wish I could pull it up right now, but it'll take some time, from Brittany. And I'll repost it in my stories, or it already is reposted. It's in black and white. And she speaks on the fact of like, yeah, you may have known a piece of me, but you don't know all of me. And the fact is that we too are still learning ourselves and realizing that we are multifaceted and multidimensional. So as you meet someone else, you may learn more about you will learn more about yourself and be like, oh, I actually really love this. Or I don't like this. Either way, you're still learning about yourself. You're still revealing more truths to your whole being. Because we are already whole. But a lot of us don't have the vision to see that we are whole. And that's where our relationships come into play, to show us that we are. Not to show us that we're missing anything. Yes. Have to teach these teens now. Love you and thank you for the word this morning. Yes. Oh my goodness. Please come back when you can. The live will be up probably by the end of this week. But I love you so much for coming and stopping by. So Now, we're about to get into tapping. Let me know, does this resonate with y'all? Does this message of like understanding that we should not be stealing from each other, practicing owning our power and our glory, does that resonate? Yes. Waking up, tapping that energy. Yes. Yes. If that's resonating, show some love, show some hearts. Let me know before we jump into this tapping session. Okay. Okay, perfect. Good. Yay. I love this. I love this. Okay, perfect, perfect, perfect. So we're going to tap. So for those who have never tapped with me before, it's okay. I'm going to walk you through it. You're not going through this alone, okay? I'm here for you. I'm here with you. Yes. So with tapping, we're going to do it this way. At first, we're going to tune ourselves. Tuning is important. It's documentation. We literally are checking in with ourselves before, during, and after the session to see how we are feeling. Not what we are thinking, because that's outdated, but what we are feeling. What is resonating in our body right now? Because our body's always communicating divine wisdom to us, but we don't pay attention because we're always up here, right? Yes, I love you so much, Sam. Yes, I'm so happy that you're here for this as well. It's V Money. Yes, love to see it. So we'll tune first, and that's literally dropping a number in the chat. I'll show you guys how to do that. Then from there, we're going to go into the negative round. So with EFT, the way that I teach it in my style, we tend to start with the negative round. And as we're doing that, when we're tapping on these sacred points on the body, what we're telling the body is these negative statements that I'm saying, I've come into contact with them one way or another throughout my life or my lifetime previous to this, or maybe my ancestors went through this shit. Either way, I've had this experience in some way, shape, or form, right? Yes, safe travels. And as I'm tapping here, I'm telling my body, let's get rid of this because it's not of service. It's not helping me. I don't like this shit. It's weighing me down. Let's remove it, right? Then we'll tune again and see how we're feeling. Then we'll do a positive round. And that positive round is now that we've made that space, that energetic space, we've removed those blocks, that stagnation, we're filling up that space we're nourishing it, we're feeding it with what it is that is truth. And then we'll tune again and then we'll be finished, okay? So does anybody want to hop on live with me now to do the tapping with me? Because I would love that. So if that's something you're interested in, we can add some people to the mix. Let me know. All you have to do is request and we should be good. Or let me know in the chat and then I should be able to request you before we jump in. If not, it's okay. Hopefully we'll build up to that together. But if you are open to tapping with me via live right now, let me know in the chat and then we can work it out, okay? I'm going to grab some water to drink because that was a lot of information. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Perfect. I'm so excited. Yes. Now, once we get to like a comfortable position, right? Yes. Hey,
Hey.
yeah.
Let me put on the cute filter too. Hold on, let me see something real quick.
Yes. These filters in the background make me so happy. Yes. Okay, so we're gonna tap live together. Hey, hey, hey. So this is Catherine. She's gonna tap live with us. It's gonna be so much fun. I'm really excited. We want to love these experiences. It's like, okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna tune. So right now, in the moment, I want you to close your eyes. Just see how you're feeling. Really drop that into your body. Drop out of your mind and back into this vessel. Take a nice deep breathe the energy in and upward through the heart, through the throat chakra, through the third eye, through the crown. And then when you're ready, exhale back down through the solar plexus, through the sacral, through the root. Take another deep breathe in, breathe the in and up. Move the energy of the body. And then we bring it down all the way through the soles of our feet. Now, on a scale of negative, worst you've ever felt, 0 being a neutral peace in being, and then positive 10 being the absolute best you've ever felt. I want you to think about what number instinctively comes up for you and drop that in the chat. Yes, yes. Right now I am feeling like That's 7. That's because I'm super excited for y'all. Yes, perfect, perfect. And remember, I mean, this is not to judge yourself at all. You can be anywhere. Okay, that has nothing to do with it. It's for you to see how your energy is moving. As you move the negative round, the positive round, you're probably your number up and down. It's letting you know how much traffic is really an energetic field, and it's happening through. Okay, so yeah, okay, so we're all in the positive. Beautiful. It's okay if we end up in that scale negative round. That there's nothing wrong with it. All right, so let's get into negative. We are going to tap on the 9. You have to look at me and follow me and repeat after me to make it happen. So we're going to start on the karate chop, and that's between the pinky knuckle bone and this, that little area here. You're gonna.
Yeah, sis, the sounds is like messing up a little bit.
Is it?
Like it's going in and out. I don't know if it's because I joined.
I'm wondering. Are you on? Well, obviously you're on. You're not on mute. What if we try to put it on mute? Let's see if that helps. Are you able to do
If I
that?
try to,
Go on mute and see if that helps.
how do I do that?
There should be like on my. There's like a little microphone at the bottom. Okay. Does the sound better? Or does it still sound choppy? Okay, perfect. All right. So it's okay. We can still tap together. Love that. Thank you guys for letting me know in the comments. I really appreciate that. Okay, perfect. Yes, that happens, right? Because she's also watching the live, which is really interesting. Anyway, okay. So we're gonna tap here, right? First point is a karate chop point and lightly tap. Lightly tap. It doesn't be hard. You're not hurting yourself. You're just waking up the energy. You're just filtering out the energy. And take a nice deep inhale, exhale. And you can repeat after me or allow me to speak over you in this experience. I take full responsibility for my well-being. I take full responsibility for my well-being. And one more time. I take full responsibility for my well-being. I am becoming. I'm going to move to the top of the head, the crown, and tap here lightly. Unraveling all the labels and expectations. I'm going to go to the start of the eyebrow right here and tap lightly here. I've placed on myself. I've placed on everybody else. We're going to go to the temples, the side of the eyes, and lightly type here. And I've allowed others to place on me. I'm going to go underneath the eye and tap here. I find myself moving throughout life. I'm going to go underneath the nose and lightly tap here. Feeling inauthentic. Feeling small. Feeling unworthy. I'm going to go to the chin and lightly type here. Unsure of who I am and what I'm here to do. I'm going to turn collarbone and lightly tap here. So caught up in being seen by those who have no sight. And then we're going to go underneath the arm, that armpit area, and lightly tap here. And I know that that is not why I'm here right now in this moment. To willingly give my power away to those who do not even know how to wield it. Then I want you to drop your hands into your lap and just sit for a moment with this energy. You might feel it buzzing in your fingertips. Maybe your hands are a little sweaty or they're a little cold. Just take a moment to sit with this sensation. We've just woken up this dormant energy in the body saying, yo, I was feeling really authentic, feeling really unworthy, out here eyeing other people, out here not being me for the sake of being accepted by people who aren't living my life. And like, just sit for a moment. How does that feel in the body? And you can bring that tuning scale back into mind, of -10 being the worst you've ever felt, 0 being a neutral, calm release, and +10 being the best you've ever felt. And then when you're ready, drop in the chat where you're at on that scale now. I know for me, I am definitely a little lower on the scale. I definitely feel like a 3 right now, for sure. And it's okay if you ebb and you flow. Remember, we're tapping on something that is challenging, especially for us who are doing the work, who are actively working towards being authentic and embracing our power, having to have a moment to say those things and have to acknowledge that at some point in time, somewhere, even for a brief moment, that was something I felt. That's a lot. So as you're doing that, also, like Sky just did, take a sip of water, hydrate yourself. Water moves the energy. All that stuff we just brought up, all that dust, all that dusty feeling, now we're able to push that back down and release it to the world. And it's not a negative release. It's this is what it was, but it's no longer that way, right? And now what we're going to do is we're going to get into that positive round. And now that we've cleared out all that negative energy, we're going to get into the good stuff, the juiciness, the truth, the divine truth. And it's going to be really good. I'm really excited. All right. So let's get into that first position, karate chop point. Lightly tap here, and you guys can repeat after me or allow me to speak over you. I surrender to the inner standing. Top of the head, lightly tap here. That I am complete as I am. Start of the eyebrow, you can tap here. 1 hand or 2 hands, by the way. There is nothing to fix or make better. Temples, lightly tap here. In the moment, divine beauty lives because of me. Underneath the eye, divine beauty, divine creativity, divine prosperity live through me. I'm going to go underneath the nose and lightly tap here. I can live as my authentic self. We're going to go to the chin, tap here. I can prosper and thrive as my authentic self. Collarbone, tap here. I can feel good in all areas of my life. Underneath the arm, tap here. At the same time, because I am limitless, there are no limitations to my joy. And we're going to tap back on the top of the head, do another round for positive. Lightly tap here. As I live as my ideal self, start of the eyebrow, tap here. Bliss flows through me in all ways. Tap the temples, consciously inspiring those around me. Underneath the eye, while allowing divine respect to be all around me. Underneath the nose, tap here. As my ideal self, I am always safe, and nothing can be taken from me. We're going to go to the chin, tap here. Because everything that I have ever desired lives within me. Collarbone. And everything anyone else has ever desired lives within them. underneath the arm, tap here. So there is no need to shift worry into a sense of deep love. We're going to go to the karate chop point and tap here. I can embrace my ideal self. I can embrace living a fruitful life. I can embrace being immensely powerful. I can embrace being divinely creative with ease. Then I want you to bring your hands to your heart chakra, and you can place one over the other one and just feel. Notice how your chest rises and falls. Maybe you notice the warmth of your body. And feel, breathe in the energy and allow the energy to move upwards. Let the energy move down. And I want you to begin rubbing in a circular motion right there on your heart chakra, activating the energetic system of the heart. Letting these positive statements, these divine truths, resonate. Let them seep into your DNA. Let them rearrange your cells. Let them become embedded into your tissue. Flow throughout you like the blood in your veins. You, in this moment, are your ideal self. There's nothing to strive for. All you have to do is be, is feel. Come back home to yourself. Come back home to divine source, whoever you call on to. And bear witness to your design. And allow that to be your focus point moving forward. Breathe, take another deep inhale, breathe into the belly, and then take a second breath through the heart. And when you're ready, open mouth, exhale, release. On that next inhale, you do the same thing. And then when you get to that exhale, release, make it audible. Let it out, okay? Let the body know you're safe and you can be at peace right now. When you're ready, you can gently open your eyes and come back to the space. And, Instagram is such a hater. We love that. Yes. Yes. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Okay, perfect. Let me know how you guys are feeling in the comments below. I'm so happy. Thank you for hopping on with me, Sky, and making it an experience. I really hope that this session resonated with you. Make sure to drink your water. Leave your number on your tuning scale below. -10 being the worst you ever felt, and +10 being the absolute best you've ever felt. 0 being a neutral, calm relief. I am back up on the charts, baby. Such a hater, right? Such a hater. And then as you continue throughout today and throughout your week, the rest of your week and the beginning of the next week, I really want you to understand and embody that you are your ideal self. It does not get any better than you. And as you shed your old self and grow into your new self, that becomes your ideal self. You just always are, right? Yes, I'm loving these numbers. Yes, yes, yes. It's so important for you to practice embodying that. And I'm praying that this session helps you to do that. It helps to show you that though this is a heavy topic, right, of practicing authenticity and living in that truth, it's not hard to do. That there are healing modalities that allow you to collapse that time frame and to be and to enjoy your healing, right? thank you so much for tuning in and joining me for this. I'm going to be doing this next Thursday at 11 a.m. 11:11, of course. I love these angel numbers for us. And yeah, share this with someone that you love. Once it's back up, it'll probably be up on Friday. I'm going to edit it to make it a little cleaner. And share the reels, join the podcast, subscribe, do all the things. I am doing everything that I can to share my authentic self with you and to build an authentic community where people feel safe sharing their creative genius and being their best selves, right? So I want this for you as much as I have it for myself. So thank you so much for being a part of this. And I love you so much. Drink your water, stay hydrated. And happy new moon in Leo. Please check out Sky's event for Lionsgate if you want to tap into this cosmic energy that we have. Her event is happening tomorrow and it's going to be epic, and I don't want you to miss out on it. If you love this class, you will love her event as well. And join the email list to stay up to date. All right, love you. Bye.